Hey guys, I realize this is a bit late, but I thought since I'm about to complete Boss Rush, like literally I don't even have to beat him again, I thought I would share with you some tips and tricks on how to play Hulkfinite, because the devil is in the details with this difficult of a battle, and sometimes it's worth it to take a match over just continually casting powers, and sometimes it's not. And so yeah, hopefully I can show you. Hopefully I don't get too lucky and it's just straight into Hulkfinite, or I don't get too unlucky and wipe right away. Hopefully I can show you what I do in those tough situations to keep it going. But yeah, these are the boosts I use. You want to get as much purple and green boosts as you can to start with. The other option is to boost yellow and purple as much as possible, and also make space for whales. If you have whales, that's the way to do it. I think I just use purple and yellow boost, and then whales. That way, you know, if something goes wrong, if Hulk dies super early, hopefully you have gotten enough yellow to be able to collect some team ups and throw some whales on him. Then you'll get a little more breathing room in rounds 2 and 3 to survive with just Kamala Khan and Mohawk. But really, in the first round, it's really hard to get through if Hulk dies early. It's possible, but you have to get really lucky. So that's, if you have whales, that's what I would recommend as like a backup scenario to allow you to beat it when you probably normally wouldn't. Just whale Jean Grey and then start the infinite loop in round 2 and 3. But anyway, okay, I started off with a pretty nice board. So for me, Mohawk is leveled higher than Hulk. So for me, Hulk matches red, blue, and team ups. So for the first match, I tried to never match red, because you still have a while before she's gonna do Mind Crush. Not a while, like 2 turns. But I do that in the hopes that she will create enough red to actually do her red sucking ability, because the only way she activates Hulk's anger for me is if she does a match 4 or that, or obviously Mind Crush or a match 5, but usually those are on the verge of meaning game over. Sometimes if I've been able to heal Hulk up to full, I can survive that Mind Crush, but it's real close. And then getting people stunned is terrible. I mean, if Hulk's stunned, then you have nobody to protect from damage. If Kamala Khan's stunned, then you're got no healing. And by the time she comes back, you're probably going to be dead. And if Mohawk dies, then you have no way to get AP. So basically, you gotta pray she doesn't get a match 5. But so yeah, I'll take that first Hulk match, and then I'll probably match this blue down here on the bottom to keep Hulk in front. There's not really enough red for her to activate his anger unless she gets a match 4. So I'm just going to pray she gets a match 4, because there's not a whole lot of green on the board. But yeah, and there's not enough red really for her to activate her red sucking thing. So usually on the second turn or so, especially if I've already activated anger, I will start trying to match away red, because at that point I can't let her get any more red. The first turn you're okay, but after that it's a bit more dangerous. So I start matching red to kind of hold things. Yes, she got a match 4, so that was lucky. Okay, how much red does she have? She only has 1, so, but there is quite a bit of red on the board. That's the other concern, is will she get a match 5? At that point you probably should match some red away. So I'm going to take this red match, and there should still be enough red on the board for her to do her red sucking thing and activate Hulk's anger again. Okay, unfortunately she matched away a lot of the green, but I do have yellow now. Okay, so at this point she has 13 red, so I need to keep the red on the board as low as possible. So basically, while I'm still matching to get this going, I really need to get purple as soon as possible. But because there's so little red on the board, I might actually be okay putting Kamala Khan in front to take this purple match. And will that get her up to where she needs to be? Yes, it will. So rather than trying to desperately hope for some purple with her green, and then if I don't get it, I'm out of green and SOL, I'm going to go ahead and take this purple match. And then she should be able to survive this. Okay, see, no problem. Now I've got purple. Now I definitely have a better chance of getting this started. So first step would be to clear team ups off the board. Okay, now I've got a green match 5. See, normally I would maybe use purple to make that match 5, but to do that I would have to turn purple green. That's definitely not what you want to do, so I'm going to just take the match 5. Okay, so now I have no easy setups to get a big green match. But I will go with this blue here up top and hope that I get at least one green match out of that. Okay, so that's basically anytime you have a match 5, I would take it, even if it's not a color you don't need, because that'll help clear that color off the board and it'll speed things up. So yeah, I'm looking all right now. I got 22 green. But yeah, you really want to take it slow on Phoenix at least. After that, you can kind of get into a rhythm, but alright, there we go. Okay. So now, at this point, as long as there's more than like 5 team ups on the board, use her yellow if you have enough. And try to use her yellow every time before you cast her green, so you minimize the amount of team ups you're getting from that. And then, okay, now let's see how much green I have. I have 23. So my rule of thumb is to only use purple when I get below 20 green, because I don't want to get a crazy match a bunch of green and then get too much green. Over 30, then I would have wasted it, right? So plus, it helps to build up purple a bit more, so that you can cast multiple purples at once when you're at like 0 green. That will do some nice match 5 damage and speed up the round. So I'm just going to cast green again here. There's not too many team ups, and I don't have enough yellow anyway. And then obviously, keep in mind, if you have to go into matching, especially against Phoenix, the first thing you want to do, save some purple in case you have to go into matching, in case you have to take a match, because at that point, see, she has 16 red. I can't risk it. So before I take a match, I need to turn all the red on the board green. And then the other thing is, if you're low on health, if Hulk is not maxed on health, just throw the black out there, throw some attack tiles. Yes, it makes her purple harder, but if you're careful about it, first of all, it'll give you that healing you need, and second of all, it'll give you some extra damage, get out of the round faster. And yeah, if you've already taken the red off the board, you should be able to survive a couple matches with Hulk, like 2 matches, enough to probably you want to match purple if you can. Obviously Hulk can't match purple, but if I can get a purple match 5, or if if I can cascade into a purple match, that's what I want to do, ideally. So, okay, how much? I got 16 green, so I'm going to try to use some purple now. I would normally use red just in case I have to go to a match, but there's a nice blue setup here to turn this into a match 5. Anything you can do to keep your green high at the beginning, you definitely want to do it. I know some people say you don't have to make matches with the with her purple, but early on you definitely want to if you can, because you'll get that green and then it clears up the board, hopefully puts more green on the board, or purple, and then you know, you can break it with your green and start over again. So yeah, it just keeps the cycle going better. So I got 30 green now, so I'm looking pretty good. I like my chances here. So now I'm low on purple, but let's see what happens. Anytime there's a great purple match, I will try to take it, although right now it's too risky because there's too much red on the board. But if there's not much red on the board, and she doesn't have too much red AP, and I can do, say, like a match 4 purple that gives me green also, or a match 5 purple, obviously that's a no-brainer. But yeah, it looks like this is when it's going to start to fizzle out a little bit. Okay, luckily I got enough purple. I'm not going to do the yellow because there's only a few there, and I do have a nice setup on red here. So I'm going to go ahead and take the red. Nice. Alright, that cascade is really what we needed to get some security, because now I have a good amount of green and a decent amount of purple. Or, you know, I'm close enough to getting more purple by using this green. So, see, I could take this purple match here, but that at this point it seems a little risky to do that because I'm pretty decent on AP right now. If I was more desperate, I would take that match. Okay. Do yellow. Okay. Let's see. And then if I ever... Basically, anytime I fall below 20 green AP, I will try to use purple. Unless there's tons of green on the board already, and I'm going to create a huge cascade. Then I'll just cast the green again, because you can go from like 18, 17 green to 30 green and over 30, and I don't want to waste any of that green. So in that case, I will try to just build up my purple, use up all my green, and then if I can get up to 24 purple, then I can turn blue, red, and black all green and just get a ridiculous cascade of green. But I'll show you my strategy for that later. It helps speed up the match for sure, rather than just switching between purple and green all the time. But you have to know when you can do it. So at this point, definitely got to use the green. Okay. Now purple. It looks like my best bet might be... I could do red just in case, but I'm not really worried that this is going to fizzle out just yet. So I'm going to do blue up here. This looks a little better. It wasn't so great, but whatever. I'm still standing, so that's all that matters for now. Beautiful. That is what I hope for every time. Because now that I mean, if there was any doubt that I wasn't going to survive this, that match 5 purple secured it. Oh shit, I did a match 3 instead of a match 5. Fuck. Shit. Shit. Okay, well, that was a mistake. I'm normally very careful about my matches. Shit. Actually, I'm not normally very careful about it, but I've been trying to be very mindful of what matches I'm making against her because for that reason, but I got a little rushed there, so it happens. I'm not going to make this now. I need Kamala Khan, but I would have made it if she didn't die. That was pretty much a guaranteed win by that point. Anyway, my strategy on as for the purple and the green, you can actually use Hulk Red earlier than the end if you set it up properly. So I wish I could have showed you, but what I try to do is wait till I have like 24 purple. That way I can cast purple 3 times. So you do that by, especially on Surfer and Galactus, you can afford to take a match once in a while. So if there's an excellent purple match, I'll take it. And that gets me ahead on the infinite cycle. And then I go back through, get some more green, keep casting, and then if another great purple match comes along, and eventually you'll get over 24 purple. And then at that point you want to get as much green as you can, but if there's too much green on the board, you just have to keep casting Storm Green to try to get rid of it all. If you can't get rid of it all, I might take a decent, like a match 4 of green, like if there's a decent green match, I'll take that to clear some green off so that you can get under 10 green on the board, and then use his Hulk's red. And you really want to have as much green as possible because that will increase the damage quite a bit. And then it doesn't matter that you lost all that green because you have 24 purple, and you can go into a giant cascade of match 5s by turning red, blue, and black purple or green. You'll get 30 green back like instantly, and you'll do some great damage between Hulk Red and the cascades. So, I mean, I'm definitely going to beat Jean, but obviously this is not going to last. It's going to fizzle out. So, it doesn't matter. I've already beat Boss Rush at this point. I just thought I would share my strategies with you because that's what I do is strategies. And like I said, the littlest match can, the littlest move, you have to think carefully about what you're doing because one wrong step can mean game over. And sometimes it really is better to take a match than to continue casting powers, as I hopefully showed you. But you just have to be very careful about what type of match you're going to take and when. I mean, especially on Phoenix. Here with Surfer, I have a lot more freedom. He's not going to kill me in 2 turns. Especially if Kamala Khan were still alive. Whatever damage he does from 1 or 2 matches, the 1 or 2 matches should be enough to get me back into a mostly infinite cycle, and that'll heal back whatever damage he did. So, really not a concern after Jean. But yeah, that's it. And I hope I can help some of you out for the last refresh of Boss Rush. I know it's a little late, but if I can even help one person, then cool. It was worth it. Alright, guys.